This is the plaintiff, James Plakarski. He says the defendant ordered a 10-inch cake for his estranged daughter's birthday. Made him a custom layered cake with teal-colored frosting, and the guy never came to pick it up. He called and called, never got a response, sent a certified letter for payment, and is now taking legal action. He's suing for $298, $70 for the cost of the cake, and the rest in storage fees. This is the defendant, Tony. He says he did indeed order a cake, but then went back and canceled the cake because he didn't need it anymore. He kept telling the plaintiff he personally went into the bakery to cancel the order with one of his employees. But the guy refuses to believe him. Well, he's sorry, but he did nothing wrong and feels the plaintiff's employee is scared to tell him the truth. He's accused of bugging out a baker.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff says the defendant ordered a 10-inch cake for his estranged daughter, never came to pick it up, and now he wants to get paid. But the defendant says he canceled the order beforehand. It's the case of you really take the cake.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome,
okay. Small Batch Bakery, represented here by Mr. Plakarski. You're the owner?
Yes.
You are suing Tony. You've asked us not to mention your last name. Tony, for $298, $70 for the price of a cake he had you make, $88 for storing the cake from then to now, and double damages for his intent to defraud you. What happened?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Thank you for hearing our case. The defendant came into my bakery, wanted to talk about ordering a cake. He was asking for something that we normally don't do.
Which is?
Marble cake. But she took his information and said she'll check with the decision maker, which would be me, and she'll get back to him to see if we could do that. She took other pertinent information, his phone number, his name, of course, and that he wanted a 10-inch cake. And one other unique requirement was that it had to be a teal cake, which, you know, for a girl we thought was a little unusual, but that's fine. She came to me first opportunity, ran it all by me. I said we can't do a marble cake in this time frame, and but we suggested alternating layers of chocolate and vanilla, which was fine. She went back to him, called him.
Who is she? Is it the person sitting there?
Yes, ma'am.
Come on up. Okay.
Witness.
So, do you actually remember talking to him?
Yes.
Okay. Why do you remember this in particular?
This was the first time that I had encountered someone who simply did not come in to pick up their cake entirely. The amount of time I invested in this one specifically is what makes it memorable.
Okay, so what happens? You call him back and you tell him no marble, but alternating layers.
See,
do you speak with him himself?
Yes, in person. And he then asked me that we make it an 8-inch instead of a 10-inch cake because the number of people in his party had either changed or he just reconsidered. And I finished writing out the order form that we keep, and that was it. Our order was confirmed.
Don't you take deposits on cakes?
Our policy was not definitely to always take a deposit. Now it is.
All right, so what happens? He says, yeah, okay, I'll pick it up at what time?
It was set for 2 to 3 p.m. on the 26th.
And that was how far in advance?
It was, the chef had mentioned we needed 2 weeks to do marble. It was less than 2 weeks. It was around 10 days.
Why do you need 2 weeks to do marble?
It's not something we do normally.
Yeah.
Well, I bake chocolate cake and then vanilla cake on different days, and if I'm baking them, if I've already baked them for the week, it's not possible to make marble batter at that time.
Because you do it in such big amounts?
Yeah, the name of the place is Small Batch Bakery, but you know, I do things.
Exactly.
I do things. I don't make just one cake when I make a cake.
So then you serve me a week stale cake when you do a layer?
No, ma'am, it's not stale. No, you're
How
not.
long does cake keep?
That depends. My mom, God rest
How
her
long
soul.
does that cake that you've apparently stored for 88 days keep? 88 days? Right. So why did you save the cake?
Well, because I felt that at some
He
point.
never picked it up?
No.
Did he ever call or anything? Did you
He never
call
did.
him to say what the heck?
Repeatedly.
Many.
You
have your
did or
phone
he did or
records.
both of you
Both of
did?
us.
Did any of you ever talk to him?
I never did again.
Okay, did you?
I did not, but I did plenty of research to get in touch with him. All we had was a name, so I really had to do some, investigation to find out who he was and how to reach him.
Man, you were mad.
Well,
How much is a cake worth? You
Worth?
sell it for $70.
$70.
$70. Obviously,
It was
doesn't cost
$65.
you $70 to make it.
No.
So, and you filed this case. How much did you pay to file this case?
65 for the actual court, and then 40 to have them served.
So you paid $105 to pursue your $70 because small claims is never about the money. So you must have been angry.
Okay, would you go to court for $70 and pay $145 in court fees if it's a matter of principle?
I would definitely not pay the $145 to go to court. It's not worth it. It's time and money.
But does principle matter in court?
I think to a certain extent, but not for $70.
Not for $70? What do you say?
No.
You wouldn't do it?
No.
Does it have to be more than the court costs in order to make it worth your while?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Going inside the courtroom.
If I may explain why I was angry, having to reach the defendant, find out how to get in touch with him, I found out a few things about him. When I found out that he's a former bakery owner himself, I got very upset. I thought this is no way to conduct business or treat, hardworking bakery. And $70 may not seem like a lot, but that's actually almost a full.
Well, no, if you pay $105 to get the $70, that's the part I'm remarking about. I would never say that if you didn't have the money to pay court costs. But when you have the $100, it's about the listen. I respect that. I respect principle. What's going on?
Well, yeah, to that point is correct. I went in, I did order cake, spoke with, I believe it was her, or the other girl, I'm not sure. And I requested to pick the cake up at noontime.
Can I see the cake? Go on.
And they said they couldn't accommodate that I couldn't pick it up at noontime. They couldn't get it ready for noontime. So.
But wait, the noontime thing was a change in order?
Change in time.
Yeah, okay, so they said, no, you can't do it, and then you just decided you wouldn't pick up the cake?
No,
You didn't say, no, don't make it then?
No,
You didn't?
I canceled the cake and ordered it at another bakery.
Okay, watch this. Did he cancel the cake?
No, ma'am.
Okay, because they baked it anyway, so if you canceled the cake, no problem. Just prove you canceled the cake.
You have evidence that I submitted?
Yes, let me see it.
With the picture of the cake
That's the cake?
Yes, ma'am.
Why are you storing the cake? Why don't you just take a picture of the cake for court? Why would you store the cake? And then you're suing $88 for storage fees for the cake?
Your Honor, I'm happy to.
You cannot be serious.
I'm half serious. I'm happy to forget that. That was also an incentive, Your Honor. It was a reasonable $1 a day.
I'm sorry, where am I going to see the evidence that you canceled it?
No, that's the order form from the other bakery.
Oh, yeah, that's obvious. We know you didn't pick it up and you made other arrangements. The question is, should you still have to pay for the cake? Oh, and storage fees and $140 for lying to him. Or should you not have to pay because you legitimately canceled it? Show me proof that you canceled it.
That's the cake that I picked up from another bakery.
I don't care that you picked up a cake from somebody else. That just makes you could either this means you canceled it or you're just a jerk. So show me the proof that you canceled it.
I don't have any proof that I canceled it.
Okay, so I got to go see what an 88-day-old. I want to know. I want to know.
Can I say something?
Yeah, I want you to say something.
The $1 a day. I didn't expect it to go out 88 days. I expected him to.
Well, what if I had taken? What if I wasn't the swift kind of justice I am, and it had taken 6 months to get here? Were you going to just sit there and keep the cake until what? It grew legs and started walking?
If you read my answer, Your Honor, it says until resolved. So
you would have. You would have seriously kept the cake. Because what is this, why wouldn't a picture do? Did you think it was lunacy to keep the cake?
I do have a picture as well.
It was frozen. It was kept frozen.
Oh, okay, you kept it frozen. Well,
of course, it's frozen.
A little better.
Your Honor, my mom, God rest her soul, has things in her freezer from 1986, and she swears they're perfectly fine. So.
Oh, well, who would know? Because they've been frozen since 86, so we don't know, Tony.
Yes.
It is time to pay for your cake.
Yeah.
I am going to order you to pay back the $70 for the cake, plus the court cost of $105 for him having to sue you to get the cake, but not the storage fees, nor does this case qualify for double damage. You can't turn a case that's $70 into a case that's $298 because you're angry. That's not how it works. So $70 plus the court cost, verdict for the plaintiff.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, the defendant just bought himself a very nice teal cake there. It took a long time for you to actually pay for it, but it's yours now. What are you going to do with it?
I don't want it. You guys can have it. How's that?
No, I have nothing to do with it. It's up to you. This is your problem. Don't force it on anyone else. Why'd you make it such a big problem?
I didn't make it a problem. They couldn't accommodate my time, so I bought it from a different bakery.
So you don't care that you stiffed them?
I really don't care.
You don't care? Okay. Okay, so step on in here and tell me what you, why you went to this length to get paid for that cake.
When I found out that he owned a bakery himself, I thought that was pretty egregious treatment to another hardworking baker.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that we should uphold justice at every level, you know.
Okay, Harvey.
You know, I got to say, this is an interesting case because in this case, you know, the defendant could end up paying way more than the deal, the $70, because the court costs do add up, and you get court costs if you win.